Good evening, everyone. I hope you're okay. Sorry about the delay there. I was literally locking the back door at my clinic and a client accosted me, which is very relevant in consideration of what we're going to be talking about tonight. So the ideal client, no, isn't one that accosts you around about 8 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night when you are locking up. But here we are anyway. So thank you for waiting and I'm sorry for the delay. Very excited to be talking to you this evening about clients. So the ideal client, target marketing, what does all that mean? All that sales jargon and everything else, just kind of hopefully to help you guys out with that a little bit. So this evening we're going to be around about 45 minutes. Sorry, I'm all flustered because it's all just been a go for the last 5 minutes. So around about 45 minutes to an hour. And again, we're going to be talking about client. Next week is client retention. So that should be good as well. So it will just follow on from this week. So ideal clients. I assume the majority of us that are watching this are in skin. That's hopefully they're going to be the way forward. It makes it easy. Next few days afterwards via Instagram and Facebook and things like that, and that's fine too. But it's always good if we can obviously just interact during the actual webinar as well. Now my internet stable is just internet connection is saying it's unstable, so I do hope you can hear me okay. I will carry on regardless because the show must go on. Please do this evening, show us and tag us in how you found this evening. So tag us in your attendance, tell other people about these webinars that we have. We have one a week for the next 6 to 8 weeks, 7 weeks there were, thank you very much. And again, obviously, you know, there is last week's that I think is now available on the YouTube site. So if you want to kind of refresh yourself back onto that, then you can do as well. So there's just our Instagram on there for Shop Beautiful and or Facebook as well. So without further ado, let's crack on. So the reason we've done these webinars is I actually train for the guys over at Shop Beautiful and MedFX as well. And it kind of came to me that we are training in some fantastic products, but sometimes it's hard to kind of get these products sold, right? Am I right? You know, I know I've been there. You know, you train in something, you've spent money on a new device, on a new protocol, new procedure, and you just want everybody queuing up to have the treatment done right so you can get to practice. It's not always that way. I've made mistakes, I've spent money and you know, made silly mistakes as well. And that's what I want to help prevent you guys from doing first and foremost. So we're going to be kind of going through these next few weeks from a business perspective. Again, obviously, we're going to be talking around skin and you know, about skin, but from a business perspective, how things have worked out for me. And, you know, not that what I'm doing is gospel and what I'm doing is perfect and amazing. I'm here to share with you guys things that have worked for me in a positive way and how you can potentially put that across in your own clinics as well. If you have any input, please do tell us what's working for you and your clients. And obviously when you're doing your posts on social media, it's great to kind of see, so tag us in. We love to see what it is that you're up to with our products and everything else as well. So we're here to level up, hopefully, by the end of the 6 weeks, if you haven't already. The objectives of the whole kind of business, you know, toolkit that we've created or that I'm creating is to embrace and encourage and develop you all. It's been an absolutely rubbish time. In fact, I was just reading a post about 20 minutes ago about there's apparently a condition that we're all feeling that we're going through. I'll find that for the next webinar next week. It did actually resonate with me because obviously we've got this ongoing pandemic and things that are developing from it. So we are all feeling a little bit rubbish right now. So what's the best thing to do is to focus on something. So it's going to be your business. It might be your future business. You might not have a business net yet. You may be working for somebody else. You may be working within somebody else's clinic and or business, and you want to do something for yourself as well. So that might be what's brought you here. You may already have a massive list of clients or a small list of clients. I'm here to help you grow that and nurture that list as well. I would like to ignite a newfound love for your business or a new career. I've been there where you just literally hate that moment that you wake up and have to go to work and what it is that you are doing. If you feel like that, it's only you that can make that change. And hopefully you don't feel like that in relation to this industry. If you do, then by the end of the next 6 to 7 weeks, you might feel differently, or I'd like to think so. I would literally like to think outside the box, that current box you're already sitting in. Every day is a school day. I learn something new every single day. And if you have that mindset, it's always a winner. We're going to reflect on fear, hence the song at the beginning. And much like we did last week, a lot of the things that hold us back, well, the main thing that holds us back is fear. And we will have fear when we're looking at kind of dissecting our clientness and looking for a certain client criteria that we're going to go through shortly this evening. And it's that holds us back. So, you know, it's not about kind of nitpicking our clients and being picky. Well, it is in a way, because you want to do what you love. Okay. You want to ignite a newfound love for your business. And you're only going to do that by doing what you love. And by the end of all of this, hopefully we'll channel that Annette can't get her words out this evening. We're going to channel your inner entrepreneur. There's quite a few words to put together there. Try and say that fast after just a glass of water. This week, we're going to be focusing on targeting the ideal customer. What is that? Is there such a thing? Absolutely 100%, 110% say that there is. Okay. We're going to learn about target marketing and how the options that you provide for your business can be broken down into these target groups. So if you've got a pen and paper, then, you know, grab it, make some notes if you want to. And it's really, really good if you can obviously converse with me when I ask questions. You can do that via the chat options, but if you have any specific questions, please pop them in the Q&A and I'll get through to those at the end of the webinar as well. This is a quote that I put on last week's webinar, but it's all too true. You will never change your life until you change something that you do daily. It might be something small for now. These little small changes to your business, to your mindset, to your life, they will gradually build up and it will become more positive. Okay. It can only end one way. The secret of your success is found within that daily routine. And routine is very important, but also sometimes we get stuck in a bit of a rut and a routine from experience. And it's very, very important to kind of explore, which is why you're here hopefully this evening, and how you can do things differently when it comes to your business as well. So who am I and why is there a picture of me on here, and who is it and what are you talking about this evening? So my name is Annette Matthews. My background is dentistry. I'm a dental hygienist, dental therapist. I absolutely love everything there is to love about skin. You know, this came to me kind of by accident, really. When I graduated, I had a few clients that came to see me from dental reasons, and I picked up some skin abnormalities that I wasn't happy with. And from then on, really, it was like someone kind of just kept poking me back towards skin and pushing me back. I've now got my own skin clinic up here in Wirksworth, Derbyshire, for my sins. I'm literally feel like I'm here 24/7, but I love it. I am also studying a master's in cosmetic medicine right now. And again, that's because I love it. I would not do a master's out of choice. And I say I'm absolutely passionate about what it is that I am doing. And that's why I'm here, hopefully. I'm not here because I know everything. I'm here because I've got a business. I've had things that have worked and things that haven't. And I would like to share that with you guys to help you improve yours. So last week we talked about a SWOT analysis. Hands up, who did it? Or who's going to do it? Who's going to lie to me and just say that they did it? So at least I know that there's somebody on the webinar. Thank you very much. I can see some people raising hands. That's always a winner. I'm glad you did that SWOT analysis. It is something that you are going to reflect on forever. You know, I do SWOT analysis quite often. I do them when I've implemented a new treatment, as we talked about last week. So if you didn't catch last week's webinar, then do catch up on it, because you will kind of get to appreciate what I'm talking about, especially if I refer back to this as the next webinar as we're going through the series of webinars over the next few weeks. Okay. So what is the ideal client? So when Annette's writing a webinar, I'm thinking, who am I addressing this webinar to? And it's very difficult because I know sometimes, obviously this is many people can register for this, and I don't know everybody's backgrounds. I literally get a list of, well, I don't even get the list. I just see how many people that are registered on there, no idea of their background, which is very, very difficult for me. But one can only assume you've come via hopefully Shop Beautiful, and you will have an interest in skin and aesthetics ultimately as well. So that's why we're here. The same goes when we're thinking about our clients. You know, it's very, very difficult to think whom and what we are targeting. So you know what I did? I Googled it. And this is the write-up that Google gave me. So an ideal client is someone who finds the perfect solution to their problems or their needs in the services or products that you or your company provides. And that is something that I bang on about all the time. And it was something that I found out by mistake. You know, do you know what? I dare say it was the husband pointing this out to me. So I was so excited about this new innovative, super amazing chemical peel that I could do, and everything that it did and all the ingredients within it and how amazing it was and how the science behind it was just second to none. So I wrote a post and I put it on my price list, and I put loads and loads of things on there about how amazing this peel is and what, you know, that it's so innovative because it contains X, Y, and Z, right? Nobody booked in. There's my point. We need to provide a solution to their problem. Their problem is not that they're looking for a peel 9 times out of 10. And that's the first place I want you to think. Look at your prices. Is it self-explanatory? And it was the husband that said, you know what, Annette, I wouldn't be booking in for a chemical peel because it sounds tremendous. So what is it going to resolute for me? And that's what's important. The ideal client will be loyal to your company, to you, to your business. They will frequently use or buy your products or your services, and they are likely to recommend you to their friends and colleagues. This right there is the ideal client. But once you've got these ideal clients or you are trying to reach out for them, it's very important we hold on to them. And that's what next week's webinar is about. It's talking about client retention. But let's think about the ideal client a little bit more. What I'm going to do this evening is I want to go through the top 7 ways to identify your client's needs. So you need to make this resonate with you and your business and the treatments that you offer and the options that you offer as well. So be doing that as we're going through, because it will make more sense if you do it that way. So the top 7 ways to identify your client's needs. Failing to know, this is important, these isn't the top 7, you'll see them numbered in a minute, so please don't start panicking. Failing to know who your ideal client is often where we go wrong. And yes, you are an entrepreneur if you have your own business, you can have that hat on, why not? If you are there creating an innovation and doing something different, in my eyes, that makes you an entrepreneur. So failing to know who your ideal client is often where we go wrong. And I am completely 100% guilty of that. And I do it all the time. I get very excited about something new. I get really, even when I was doing these webinars and advertising these webinars on behalf of Shop Beautiful and the guys, I was using sales jargon, kind of things that people who are looking in the beauty and aesthetic business, expanding and creating new clients and creating, new clientele and a new client list. Some of the wording I put on there, I was like, I'm doing it right now. Hopefully you're on this webinar because you have a business and you're seeing it as a business workshop. And that's what's important. That's the point that you need to get across. It's failing to know who your ideal client is. So who am I addressing this to? And again, I find it very difficult when I'm writing these webinars because I don't always know who's going to be on them. But you know who your ideal client base is. You know the sort of treatments that you offer and the solutions they provide. And that is 100% where you need to focus. Business owners operate their companies for years without actually knowing who their ideal audience is. I did it. So I graduated in 2013 from Sheffield University in dental therapy and dental hygiene. And, I knew I wanted to have, a business and do lots of different things. I like variety. However, I had no idea what my ideal audience would be. I had no idea what I actually wanted to do. And I had no idea who my ideal client was. And there's a lot of us out there that's like that. And we continue to be like that. You do a new treatment and you're kind of thinking, right, okay, so who is this for then? If you're thinking that, then imagine what, the members of the public are thinking as well, that have less knowledge around the treatment options that they have as well. So I want you to take some time, pop it in the chat if you want to. I'm not putting pressure on because I know obviously some people are watching this while they're doing other stuff, but hopefully you are still taking it on and listening. But what is your ideal client? What is it that they're going to be looking for? For me, just to make it easy, we're going to talk about skin. So my business is called Skin Smiles Success. It used to be called Midlands Dental Therapy. That's not what I did. That's not everything that I did. The Skin Smile Success is because I help with skin concerns, I help with smile concerns, and I'm also a trainer as well. So it's kind of, it says what it is. And when we are thinking about putting treatments out there, it's very important that says what it is as well. And I've been guilty, as I've said before, getting excited about an innovation and it just not selling and telling people what it does. So that's really important. So think about what your ideal client might be. And is everything that you do suitable for everybody? Not always. It's not uncommon to hear, but it's especially from what we're doing, this service-based business, what they offer is suitable for everybody. So what I want you to think about here is, I see this on social media quite often. You know, someone's boasting about a skincare kit or a treatment that they offer, and it's suitable for all skin types, right? That doesn't sit well with me, because is there such a thing? For me, it's kind of how can you sell something that is suitable for all skin types? How can you make that seem special? It's very difficult, and you can't. But what I need you to think about is how you can market it differently. So it might well be suitable for everybody, which is fine, but how can you make that person with that problem understand that even though it is suitable for everybody, it's suitable for them? And I hope that makes sense. It will do as we go along, but is everything we do suitable for everybody? Can you make it seem special? Can you make the benefits of a certain treatment or procedure seem special to certain skin concerns? That's what you need to do. That's a gift. And that is something you need to practice when you're putting things out on social, when you're talking to clients, and the merits of treatment as well. So trying to avoid this suitable for everybody. You know, this treatment is fine for everyone. Every 3 to 4 weeks is a perfect booster. I get that. It will draw people in. But if somebody's looking for something more specific, it's going to turn them away. They're going to think, well, you know, I want something that's tailored to me. I want it bespoke for me. And that's where you might potentially lose a client as well. So that generic offering, this is where your business could potentially fall off a cliff, hence the picture of a cliff just there. So that generic offering, I've been there, I've done that. I had to make my prices more enticing, more exciting, more inclusive of various different skin concerns. And that's where I want you to think. If you've got something that is very repetitive, you will lose clients. They'll see something on social that somebody else has shared, or they'll see something elsewhere that looks more appealing because they potentially have done my webinar and listened and changed up how they do things. So generally, we need to avoid a generic offering. We need to make it tailored and bespoke. So my point would always be, don't ever book someone in just for a treatment. And hopefully we're not doing this anyway. I always get them in for a face-to-face or even a Zoom consultation. So you can make them feel special about their skin concern, their concerns, their complaints, and you can kind of thrash things out, talk to them about innovative products. It goes over the head a lot of the time, but once you're doing that, it makes them feel special and part of something. And that's when you really do engage them as well. As we'll see as we go through that sales funnel shortly, and I'll explain that to you in a minute. So you need a niche. By a niche, I mean it's kind of a bespoke market that you are looking out to reach out to. So it can be very difficult when you're starting out, because you will literally take any client, right? If you're new to business and you want to, you've got to get your name out there, it's very difficult to be, you know, picking and choosing the sort of clients that you want to see. You can, however, from an early point, pick up your niche and understand what it takes time sometimes to find what your niche is. For me, you know, I still probably don't know what my niche is. I'm not going to lie. Someone asked me now, Annette, what's your niche market? My niche market would be, generally, I couldn't answer that right now, just general skin concerns. Like, I love doing other stuff, more complex things, I do, but I love helping people with their skin. And if I look at my Instagram, it's probably the way that I've gone more, and that is to talk about skin and skin health as opposed to it is smiles. But that's where I am right now. That's where I'm at right now. So your niche may change as you develop as a business, but you need to kind of have something that you target. Do you want to just target teen skin? Do you want to just target pre-menopausal, post-menopausal skin? Do you want to go down the more cosmetic side of things? You've really got to work out where you want to go with things, and it will come over time. It's not just going to happen overnight. You may argue that this narrows your market down. So if you have that niche, like I've just said, so you've got your teens, you've got your pre or post-menopausal, you've got male skincare, that's something that's very often forgotten. Does that narrow down your market of suitable clients? What it actually does is it enables you to appeal to that audience and their true values with what you do. Okay, so if you are trying to be jack of all trades, we've all been there, and you want to offer everything to everybody, right? There's no uniqueness to that. It's not bespoke. People will kind of see through that. If you've got something that you are channeling, that you are passionate about, that will come across. And you know what? Now I'm thinking about my niche. It probably is helping other people. That is my niche, whether that's in skin, in aesthetics, in smiles, in training. I want to help other people. And that's what we all want to do. What I suggest is you pick out, even if you change it on a monthly basis. I can remember I did this when I first, I didn't have my clinic here. I was quite nomadic and I was moving around different places. But I would focus my marketing on what I was going to advertise on a monthly basis. So this month, I really want to hit acne. And off I go. So I talk literally through the hill about acne, about treatments, about solutions, about certain ingredients, about diet, potentially, about nutrition, about lifestyle. That was my month's niche target plan. And that's who I wanted to get in the door. And that is when, again, you feel like you're limiting your market, but that month you will hopefully start to see more interest for your acne treatment options that you potentially have. Do a bit of an experiment and see. So focus your effort on one thing and see if you can increase the amount of client uptake and things like that as well. It'd be interesting to see. It works for me. If I've got, certain treatments that I want to do more of because I've missed doing them, not done them for a while, I will put things out. I will change my market and how I'm marketing it short term. And it always works out that way. The more you come to know your ideal client, the easier it will be for you to create that content that speaks directly to them. You become a magnet, okay? Social media is great for that. But the more you come to know this client and what it is they want, what they desire, and we're going to go through the 7 steps in a moment, but it's easier for you to actually create content, because we've all sat there and thinking, I don't know, but I'm largely talking about social media. If you're not on social media yet, what are you messing about? That's where your business needs to be. It's free marketing. But again, we are creating content that speaks directly to them. You become magnetic because it's like, oh my God, how does she know? It's like the cookies when you go on Facebook and you see, but how does she know that I've been really struggling with this? And how do they know? Because they've subliminally found you because you've been focusing on their concern without even trying, if that makes sense, because you focused on one thing, okay? You need to be relatable, okay? So you've got to be relatable to that person, to that individual, to their concern, to their problem. So what I want you to do, and this is what we're going to do a little bit later on as we go through the evening, is I want you to start thinking about a list of things that you provide a solution for, because that will help you moving forward with any content creation and things like that, and or finding that niche market. So start to think about a list of things that you can help, a list of problems that you can potentially provide a solution for. And again, obviously, I'm talking about acne, I'm talking about rosacea, redness, I'm talking about dryness, I'm talking about pigmentation, scarring, all the things that you can help them with, okay? So now we're on the top 7. So who is your who? I want you to take a look at your current client base, download it, literally stare at it and think, right, give yourself a goal. I would like to double this target list, but you need to have a look who is on it. Rather than take a wild guess, take some time to work out the people that you currently work with. So who have you already on your own merit attracted to your business, and how have you done it? So look through the list. You should hopefully, I'm rubbish with names. I think till they come and see me, or I look at the picture on the actual profile and the works that I've done, and it just goes over my head, because obviously when you start to get more clients, it just get that way. So look at your current client base. How have you got them? Is it word of mouth? What sort of treatments are they having? You will probably find, without even trying, you actually already have a little bit of a niche market. You can start by looking at the date of birth. You can start by looking at the treatments that they have and the concerns that they've come in for, because hopefully you've made notes of that. Of course you will have, okay? So look at your current client base. Who is your who already? Was it intentional? If so, that's great. If not, look, you've already done it subliminally, because you already know the sort of clients you want to treat. Do you have those clients in your day list you absolutely dread coming in to see you? Yes, I do. And unfortunately, we're always going to have that. We have to remain professional, of course. But, how can you, if that's not what you enjoy to do, How can you phase that out appropriately? You can find that niche market that is something that you love doing every single day. For me, that is skin and just general rejuvenation. So instead of guessing, have a look at what you're already doing and how that's worked. Whilst looking at your current client base, so it's important that there may be some people that don't have a client base right now. What I would like you to do instead, look at your current client base. Who is your who? If you don't have a current client base, I would like you to think about the certain skin treatments or offerings that you want to offer, what you enjoy doing the most and what you want to do more of, okay? That's what I would like to do instead. So I would like you to then consider current habits. So if you already have a client base, I want you to think about all of these things. If you don't have a client base, I want you to think about the habits of this avatar. So this person, so let's choose, you love treating acne concerns. So let's think about that acne client for a moment. What is it that your ideal client will be reading? Where are they going to be finding information about acne? Probably Google. I do that every day. If you literally look, I'd love to see other people's Google list. But yeah, where are they reading about this? What do they Google? What information are they searching for? Where are they searching for this information? Where do you search for this information? Do they use Android? Do they use Apple? What sort of, how do they communicate with people? Are they always on a mobile device or a computer? So you're thinking about age demographics, you're thinking about social habit demographics. If you want to, for example, hit a post-menopausal market and or older clients, and this sounds horrendously stereotypical and it's not meant intentionally, but are they all on Facebook and Instagram? That's my point, okay? How are you going to hit that target market? This is where it goes back to your emails, letter, picking up the phone, sending text messages and emails, quite annoying. I find ladies who I want to get ladies and gents that are older, a phone call always works, be that me or my admin lady. We give them a call, we see how they are. We say we've got a new innovative treatment that, they've expressed to me concerns about X, Y, and Z in the past, and this is a treatment that we could potentially try. Picking up the phone will help, but you need to consider their current habits for the problem that they have and their concerns that they have. We then think about their goals and aspirations. So I'll say goals as opposed to aspirations. It sounds a little bit intense as an aspiration, but people do have goals and they will have something that they aspire to get to in relation to their skin. I want to revert back to an acne sufferer. Can you imagine that person not having to camouflage himself behind what it is that they've been doing for so long, because everything they've tried on their skin caused a problem, okay? This is a goal for them. Knowing what your ideal client aspires to achieve can be key information for putting together that suitable marketing content. So, acne is an easy one in a way. They want clear skin. Who doesn't? People with lines and wrinkles, they want those lines and wrinkles reduced. People with congested skin, people with pigmentation, they all want a solution and they have a problem. So we can help them with that. And it's important we help them get to that goal. So when we're putting a treatment out there and advertising a treatment, if they continue with that treatment, what would the end goal be? You're telling them a story as opposed to just saying, this is a treatment and this is another treatment and this is another treatment, which I've been guilty of. You're then going to identify their fears and their concerns. They've got a desire, they've got a passion. They would like it to be fulfilled, or they have a problem that they need to be solved. If you can identify the challenge that your ideal client currently faces and help bridge that gap from the problem to a solution, it's likely you'll find yourself in high demand. So this is where I'm talking about finding your niche. So once you've found a niche market and something that you want to really work with or work more with for a month, or I would say give something a good 3 months to kind of sit in situ. Once you've done that, you want to aim to be the person, the go-to for that niche. And there's only one way of doing that, and that is getting lots and lots of pictures and case studies and things that you can share and being passionate about that subject as well. And that will come across to your clients in every which way. If you do so, you've got to identify what their concerns are. Hence the reason for me telling you at the beginning of this webinar to write a short list of potential problems that you can solve with the business that you have. I hope you've already started doing that. So I have, I absolutely hated it, I'm not going to lie. I worked in sales for a short time, and I really didn't like this whole sales jargon business that goes on. However, it's very apt. It's what happens. It is psychology in a way, and we can utilize it in an ethical way by providing these solutions to their problems if we know they work. And that's why I feel comfortable sharing this with you guys. We're going to identify how they make their buying decisions, because this is important. How accessible are you? Okay. Something I've learned recently, my clinic phone is directed to my mobile. When I'm treating clients all day, every day, most days, and or on the phone, when they try and ring that phone, it's very difficult to get hold of me. It is easier to book online, but not all my ladies and gents who are older are comfortable with booking online. So this is why you need to make sure you're accessible for all of the target markets that you have reached out to and have now built alliances with. So how can they book with you? How can they purchase products from you? How do they buy? How can they inquire? This is very important to help them make their decision, because we've all been there. You have made a decision. So you've gone to discover, let's say somebody has acne. Again, we're going to use, no, let's use something different. Somebody's got pigmentation. They've got concerns about melasma and pigmentation. So they've been Googling it. They've been discovering that there are treatments available for, they wouldn't call it melasma, dark spots, liver spots. I've got liver spots. I've Googled it. I've had a look. I've found that you are the person that's coming up because of all your amazing hashtags that are relevant to what I've been looking for. And I've discovered and realized that I need this treatment because I have pigmented skin. I've got liver spots. I'm concerned about this. How have they happened and how can they be treated? They're going to consider the treatment. You've pretty much converted them when they see pictures of your work, because you funneled and targeted your marketing at somebody with pigmentation, potentially, be that on your Instagram, on your Facebook, if you've been doing blogging, anything like that. How can they then get hold of you to make that appointment? Because we've all been there. You want something, you might want it quite soon, as clients do, as we do. We're all guilty of that. If they can't get hold of you, they're already at that point of conversion, they will go to the next person. So it's very important that you are accessible. And I've learned from my mistakes that way. However, as your reputation precedes you, you will find that clients will wait for you and or bang on the door at 10 to 7 at night because you've not answered the phone that day. So there's the point. You know, it's very important to be accessible. But also, hopefully, this sales funnel, as much as I hate it, it just helps you see what a client goes through, what you go through before you purchase something. You discover it, you realize that you need it, you consider it, you think about it, you do your research around it. Everybody's different, though. Everyone will do this in a slightly different way. And that point of conversion in this industry, in my opinion, will come after a face-to-face meeting. They feel confident with your, treatment plan, your solution that you've provided to their problem, and they will then commit. And once they've committed, hopefully they are happy with what you give them, and you will create retention from them as well, which we're going to cover next week. Number 6, I want you to ask yourself who you would like to work with. If you could work with one demographic every day, who would it be? So this is where I'm asking you to think about your niche market that you want to maybe reach out to, and do yourself a bit of an experiment for your business. We are in September. Well done, Annette. We are in September. It's coming up to, that seasonal change, and people are going to be outdoors more, or generally outdoors, and the weather is turning and changing. People are going back on holiday again because of things that have happened. So try and think about resonating with audiences, demographically, but also in consideration of what is going on and what's trending in a way. Who do you want to work with, and who would that be? What could you help them do, and how, and what value could you deliver? So this is where you need to tailor it to that individual problem. Okay, so this is where you list your problems that you have. Set yourself 2 or 3 that you are going to cover in a month. So you're not trying to hit everything. All right, you might want to do more microneedling, you might want to do more TCA peels, you might want to do more of a certain treatment. So look at the genre of clients that you could hit with that treatment, and each genre, what they're going to get out of that if they book and have that treatment with you. And that's how you can then target your marketing to that individual. It's very time consuming, and it's a lot more than just kind of sitting down and popping a post together and sticking it on. But if you want it to work, that is, I'm afraid, something that you do potentially have to commit to from experience. Remember, word of mouth is fantastic though. When you get this right, you know, every middle-aged man and woman, or whichever target audience you're going for, will have friends and friends of friends. And if you hit this right, that's when it spirals out and it will snowball. What do they need? Make a list of these reasons why people would need what you offer. Why would they need it? Including the changes it can provide in their life. So don't just focus on their skin. So yes, okay, they're going to get clearer skin. How is that going to affect them in their life? Are they going to be more confident? Will they get ready quicker in the morning? Are they going to be, you know, pretty much makeup free bar their SPF? Are they going to have that increased confidence that, you know, I know people that wouldn't put their Zoom videos on because of their skin and how it really affected their confidence. And we can change things like that. So if you have any success stories that have worked and you've physically changed, you know, how somebody is, then you need to share that as well, because that will be happening to somebody else. Okay. Just recently, I put a thing out to get some case studies together for teenage models with skin concerns. They had to do me a short video to explain to me why they want help with their skin. It sounds horrendous, it sounds like something off X Factor, right? But I'm now utilizing these testimonials and videos because I know when I play this video of someone telling me their skin concern, you know, and very brave of them to do so, but they're going to win a full skin package, so it's worth it for them, right? But I know someone else watching that will resonate with this teen, with this person, with this skin concern, more so than me saying it. So there's my point. I was focusing on my market, which was teens and teen acne. I reached out to some teenagers, offered them a bit of something, got some videos back for it. And since then, we're seeing more and more of these individuals come through. Either parents have seen it and or they've shared it with friends as well. So we can utilize social media in that way by working out what it is that they need. Be the flamingo in a flock of pigeons. I feel like this quite often, and it's very important that we do so. You know, we do things differently. You might feel strange when you start putting a post out there about something really random, but if it resonates with the public, you know, when we are putting posts out there, there are things that are going on all day, every day that you can make relatable to your niche market, to that market that you've chosen. And that's important and very relevant for you to do that, because it will help keep you at the forefront with that content as you're planning it as well. Fear is something that stops us all. Taking these necessary steps to have these hard conversations will help you expand your business. It's about making big decisions, generally many of the things that matter to us. So, you know, last week's webinar talked about that moment where you hesitate putting a post out there because you think it's not got enough information on, or it's not quite right, it's not quite relevant. As long as you're remaining professional and obviously what you're putting on there is a given and it's true, then there's nothing wrong with that. You've just got to commit and get things out there. Fear will cause us to self-sabotage. It happens to me now. You know, before I'm coming on to do a webinar, before I'm doing anything, I have these doubts at the back of my mind, and clients will do the same. When they're thinking about booking and having treatment, if we're going through it with business, they're going through it with everything else as well. So that's important to know. Hence the song at the beginning. Have a listen towards the end. Next week, we've talked about the ideal client, and hopefully you've got a bit of a better idea. You've got some homework. I would like you guys to kind of write the sort of solutions that you currently provide. If you want to send them over to me, please do. I'll happily, obviously, you know, thumbs up, you know, give a little bit of feedback with the time that I have. But next week, we're going to be focusing on, once we've got these ideal clients, how do we retain them? How are we retaining these clients that are our ideal clients? Hopefully you've got a better idea about an ideal client right now. Any client is an ideal client when you're starting out, right? And that's true. I've been there. But you can, from an early point, just have that niche marketing that you're putting out there to gain these clients for the certain individual concerns that they have. And that's how I would suggest, you know, if we set a goal that's way too far ahead, we get disheartened. If you're looking at getting, I want 500 clients, who doesn't, right? And you've got 3 or 4 on your book, it seems unrealistic and that you're never going to get there. But by making these small steps and these niche little target marketing attempts, it will pay off. I promise. It's living proof. Please do tag us into anything that you are putting out there. I would love to kind of see what you've been up to, these business ventures, any before and afters, and obviously, of course, your out of box thinking. I do hope you've enjoyed this evening. These are all very different. And I know, obviously, you know, at this time of night when you've had a long, busy day, you just got to listen to me waffling on about stuff. But hopefully you've taken something from this evening. And I look forward to seeing more of you next week. So please do share if you've enjoyed it. I will just finish by asking if anyone's got any questions. I've just seen a couple of the things pop up in the Q&A. I will answer some of those separately because I know my Wi-Fi is going a little bit funny just now. I'm not sure if you can hear me right till the end. Hopefully you can. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this evening and I look forward to seeing more of you next week. Take care, guys, and have a good one. Speak soon. Bye-bye.